Well, I wanted to take a minute to talk about helmet setups, specifically the OneTigris MICH 2000 or Modular Integrated Communications Helmet 2000. I have one right here. So here it is. It's the MICH, as you might call it. These helmets were originally developed in 2000 at the request of, I believe, the US Army Rangers for a myriad of different purposes, primarily mounting night vision while retaining ballistic protection. And in airsoft, these helmets are most often made of plastic, ABS polymer, or something of the sort. So here's how a sort of practical basic setup for how you should run one if you have one. So the base helmet is a OneTigris or Tigris, however you say it, MICH 2000 in tan. It's a decent helmet. The suspension, I don't know if you can see it too good, probably not. You have the basic padding, and if you want to run communications, because you can run a comm headset, as you can see here with this helmet, because that's what it's designed for. You just have to take out the middle pad for maximum comfort, if you will. So, getting right into it, base helmet is the OneTigris MICH 2000, and on top I have a cover, also by OneTigris. This cover is, as you can see, it has these cords, if you will. I forgot the word cord. You have these cords, which are great for managing all sorts of different things that you can put on your helmet, and it comes in a variety of different colors. This one is standard multicam. They come in coyote brown, multicam alpine, multicam arid, and multicam forest. Forgot the other one, sorry. But threaded through, as you can see on the back, threaded through, I have my goggles. Now, I primarily run goggles as my eye protection, and there will be a, I don't know, there'll probably be a link to everything in the description, if you can read that, to all the 12 of you watching. Anyway, I have it threaded through the helmet cover, so that way it's better retained, so that way, if it have the helmet just casually sitting here, the goggles won't fly off completely of the helmet. They'll still be retained by this bungee cord. That's the proper word, bungee cord. So also on the helmet, I have communications headset. As you can see, I don't have a push to talk or anything like that. They're just there to protect my ears from BBs. But you can run communications on this helmet, as you see here. There, well, you can't really see too good, but there's the headset. And another thing, that's pretty much it about this particular helmet setup. It's a pretty basic helmet setup, pretty economical. I believe it's all under $150 for the helmet, the cover, the goggles, and the communications headset. It can be considered a MILSIM ready loadout if you want it to be. Just know that it's not the best, not optimal. So, putting on the helmet, as you can see, it is a little bit tricky, requires a bit of finesse. You have to get everything out of the way, but putting it on, and buckling the chin strap, as you can see, it does take a little bit of finesse to be able to do, getting the suspension system and everything in place while getting it on your head is a bit tricky. But once you get it on, it is very secure on your head. As you can see, I have it on now. So this is a pretty comfortable setup. With these communications headset, it doesn't push in on my ears and doesn't cause too much of a headache. But if that's going to be an issue for you, then the more modern helmets like the FAST helmet, FAST, are going to be more your style. So as you can see, I can just flip my goggles down and I'm ready to go. It's a very basic, very economical setup, especially if you're on a budget but you still want to run a pretty decent looking helmet. I think this helmet looks pretty good, especially with the cover on. But you can also run it without the cover and just secure everything with some sort of tape, like electrical tape, like they used to do before Velcro and arc rails. So that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about for this little helmet setup. Taking it off now. Just give you my thoughts on the helmet. This particular helmet, the OneTigris MICH, you really can't go wrong with it. I think all low-cut helmets are pretty good. And if you're wondering what low-cut means, the low-cut helmets are going to have this ear flap compared to this more modern fast type helmet. As you can see, there are no ear muffs, or rather ear flaps that go down. That's because when these helmets were made for all types of communications headsets and night vision, as you can see. But for another day, probably next week. So, closing remarks about this here helmet. It's basic, but it's effective, and I think it looks pretty cool, especially with the camouflage and Velcro tactical whateverness up top and the pretty simple nothingness below the arc rail. You can obviously upgrade these arc rails. As you can see, these are the older type arc rails. There are more modern arc rails that more closely resemble the arc rails on this fast helmet here. As you can see, the arc rails have connections on top and going down on the sides, while this helmet, it only has connections on the top. Back here is pretty much useless, and with this particular cover is covered up anyway, so you can't get anything back here. But with that being said, the OneTigris MICH 2000, very good helmet. I would recommend it for anyone who needs a quick helmet. If memory serves, this particular helmet on Amazon is $45, and it comes in black, tan, and army green, or ranger green, whatever you prefer to call that color. So, final closing remarks. I like this helmet. Very good helmet. Can't go wrong with it. And it's something different than the 5 million fast helmets that everyone and their grandma uses at your local airsoft field. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.